Do you want to learn exactly how to book 30 qualified appointments to your sales calendar in 30 days? I'm going to be retracing the steps as to how exactly I'm able to do this very consistently, very predictably. So I'm going to break it down for you. That's going to literally 10x your business, 20x your business, 30x your business, depending on where you're at. I hop on calls with people every single day that are too busy doing cold DMs, too busy doing cold email. It's just not booking the right appointments. They're dumping a lot of their time, money, and experience down the drain. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you're going to be able to do this. So step number one that I have written down here is make content on Instagram and YouTube. There's no strategy here. There's simply no secret sauce. You have to provide value every single day. And if you're not actually able to do this, you will never book in appointments. That's the harsh truth. And that's why everybody's telling you to do cold DMs. That's why everybody's telling you to do paid ads, to do cold outreach. Now, these work pretty well. I actually endorse paid ads a lot. It's a very consistent way. It's a very, very, very predictable way. I love paid ads, but unfortunately, a lot of people are not simply in the space in their life to run paid ads just because of financial situations and everything with that. And honestly, every single person, actually, I would say the majority of them, 60, 70% of people that I actually talk to when I do polls, when I do surveys, when I ask about different outreach strategies, say that they're doing cold DMs or cold outreach because they simply don't have enough capital to invest into ads. So simply the best, the most predictable way, if you're low on funds, if you don't have a good amount to actually spend on ads and put in to top of funnel, would be to make Instagram and YouTube videos. Now, the reason why I say this is honestly could be better than paid ads, and I think in my personal opinion, is better than paid ads. It might not be as consistent and as predictable, especially if you don't know how to get views, especially if you don't know how to drive a lot of traffic. It's because you're building up your brand. You're building up your personal brand. You're building up something that is going to last you a lifetime. When people look at your videos 4 to 5 years down the line, it's actually going to be significantly different than your videos are 4 or 5 years ago or 4 or 5 years in the future. And so things are constantly changing, but the rules remain the same. Now, if you were to book in a call with me and you were to see that I have 4 or 5 years on YouTube of experience talking about business, talking about marketing, talking about sales, talking about client acquisition, if you saw that I had the actual knowledge from the previous 4 years that I've been building, and I have the reputable brand and I've been posting videos, I have the social proof, you'd more likely actually want to book in a call with me rather than the average Joe who has 1 or 2 YouTube videos from a month ago and doesn't really have a presence on social media or on Instagram, because you're thinking to yourself, where's this guy's proof? Has this guy even worked with clients before? What's this guy's experience? Does this guy even know what he's talking about? Why would I hop on a sales call with this guy when he's clueless? And so that's the kind of things that are running through your prospect's mind that you actually have to understand, and you have to put yourself in their shoes. And the best way to do that is simply by looking at coaches on Instagram. Which coach has the most social proof without looking fake, without posting next to Lambos, without having all this other stuff? Which coach is going to look the most authentic? Which one has the biggest brand? For instance, I would feel very comfortable going with somebody like Tony Robbins rather than somebody who has 20 followers on Instagram and doesn't even know what they're doing. So with that being said, that's my first point that I'm going to drive in. Make content on Instagram and YouTube, building up your brand, building up what you're talking about, become a reputable person. In order to receive value in the form of money, you have to become a valuable person. That's the biggest quote I stand by. I'm going to say it again. In order to receive value in the form of money, you have to become the valuable person first. So no one's just going to hand a random stranger money if they're not valuable to them. Nobody would ever do that. You're essentially just a charity at that point. In order for people to hand you money, in order for strangers to hand you money over a 30-minute call, over an hour-long call, you have to become a valuable person. And you do that by posting content, by building up authority, and by warming up your leads in that sense. So you could cold DM all day, but you are going to get burned out. And so is your account. You're going to risk getting shadow banned. You're going to risk getting temporarily blocked on messages. Doesn't really matter. It's not sustainable. So next up is, where do you send your traffic? So you want to book in these qualified appointments in 30 days to be extremely specific here. Well, where do you send your traffic? Patrick, you just told me to make content on Instagram and on YouTube and become a valuable person and to receive money in order to become a valuable person, all this other stuff. But where do I send my traffic? So you're going to send your traffic to a free community utilizing School. I'm endorsing school a lot right now just because of the simplicity of it, because the educational value that it holds, and because of the easiness that revolves around the platform. I really think that if you send all of your traffic, actually I know because I do this, to a free community, you are more likely to turn those eyeballs, those leads, into booked in calls, because they become endorsed into your agenda. They simply become more familiar with you because they're inside of your free community. They simply get nurtured by you better because you can hop on group coaching calls with them every single week. They can see your face. You can talk to them for absolutely free. And when you structure a free community and when you implement conversion-driven mechanisms into a free community, you can book in leads on autopilot. And that's what I'm doing right now. The systems that you can use are things like Typeforms you can put into the community. You can send all of your traffic when they get accepted into the free community using School to a Typeform, to a calendar link, to a VSL. Doesn't really matter. There's a few different ways that, we teach people how to do this. When you book in a call on networkfounders.com, we schedule you in on a call. We show you the systems. We show you how it could work into your business. We tweak it a little bit based on your exact needs, based on your exact goals. But all in all, it works like an absolute charm. Your free community gets built up. Your authority gets built up. Your legacy gets built up. You become more reputable. People feel more comfortable around you because they're inside of your free community. And you're the leader there. You're automatically an authority figure. And it's something that everybody is ingrained in. I've been using this for the past couple months. I'm going to keep on using it because it's been working like a charm and I absolutely love it. And so you have to implement conversion-driven systems into your free community. What does that even mean? Am I even speaking English? Essentially, what conversion-driven systems mean is, how do your free community members become not only leads, but booked in calls? How do you convert them from a free member to a possible paying client to your consulting, coaching, online business, whatever it is that you do? How do you do that? So you do that by having in VSLs, by implementing VSLs. You do this by implementing Typeforms, by adding in different Google Docs. You want to make sure that you're sending your traffic to one place right when they come in. For me, I send all my traffic to my VSL, which then encourages them to go through the Typeform and book in a call on Calendar. So you can set up this really simple system very easily by simply just reviewing what your audience needs and the best possible way to actually convert them from free members to a booked in strategy call and high paying clients that are closed. So the easiest way to do this is simply by sending them really quickly. So I send my traffic really quickly in the free community to a VSL. It's the first pinned post. They see that, they go in the Typeform, and then they go to the calendar. I would not be revealing this information if I didn't know it was useful. And I know that this information is worth tens of thousands of dollars. But the thing with that is that I could tell you it, but if you don't implement it the right way, and if you don't customize it correctly for your business, if you don't add it in the right way, it's useless. So I know that 99% of you guys will hear this information. 20% of you guys will implement it. And I would say about 1% of you guys will implement it correctly. Most of you guys won't, just because that's simply how things go. So you can't tell this exactly how I book in 30 qualified appointments to my calendar every single 30 days. I use like clockwork. Sometimes we book in 4 appointments a day, and the next day we book in no appointments, and the next day we book in no appointments, and the next day we book in 5 appointments. It fluctuates. It's not an appointment every single day, right? It fluctuates. Things are different. It's not always consistent, but we get large waves, we get slow waves, shallow waves, and then we get influxes and defluxes and things like that. So with that being said, go book in a call on networkfounders.com. The link is right below this video. I want you to click on it. I want you to watch my VSL. I want you to book in a call, see if this system can actually be implemented into your business. And if it can, we're going to work with you for a free 30-minute quick strategy call. Go book in a calendar, go do the Typeform and kind of see where you're at. Run a diagnostic. I'll see if you've been qualified to hop on a free call with me. I try to get very qualified people in the system and very qualified leads going through this. But if you want 30 appointments in 30 days, if you want to learn the system to consistently do this, if you want more high-paying clients for your coaching, consulting, B2C business, business to client, business to consumer, whatever it is, if you want more clients for that, go book in a call on networkfounders.com. Go watch my VSL, book in. I'll see you on the call. Let's get the system implemented. Let's get you 30 appointments booked in the next 30 days.